The Jordan Show on YouTube.
Hi. This time we're going behind the scenes to see how podcasts like this one are made.
Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting.
It really is.
Yeah.
We've got some excerpts from a document called Behind the Scenes, Robot Voices and Deep Dives.
Okay.
And let me tell you, the process is a lot more high-tech than you might think.
Really?
Yeah. It even uses AI in some really unexpected ways.
I'm intrigued.
So to kick things off, we're going to start with phase I of the podcast creation process,
Okay.
which is gathering background information. Now imagine this. The producers start with an idea for an episode,
Right.
and then they feed that idea to ChatGPT.
The ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
ChatGPT then takes those prompts and pulls together a ton of information.
So it's like having a research assistant, but it's like super fast.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
instead of spending hours and hours digging through articles and books,
Right.
they can get a really solid foundation for the episode just from ChatGPT.
That's wild.
I know. All right, so now we have this like mountain of information.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Well, that's where phase 2 comes in,
Right.
producing the podcast audio. And this is where it gets really, really cool.
Okay.
They use something called Google's NotebookLM.
NotebookLM.
NotebookLM, which goes way beyond just research. It actually creates 3 main things.
All right, I'm listening.
First, you have study notes, just for context.
Okay.
Then you have an FAQ for like deeper insights. And get this, a full audio overview.
Wait a minute. So the AI actually writes the script
Yeah.
and narrates the entire episode.
Pretty much.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
I know. The audio overview is basically the podcast narration.
Wow.
And it's generated entirely by NotebookLM. The technology behind it is mind-blowing.
I bet.
And honestly, you might not even be able to tell that it's an AI voice.
Really?
That good.
That is wild. And the fact that it sounds so natural is a testament to the amazing work of the NotebookLM voice team.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got the research, we've got the narration. Now what?
Well, phase 3 is all about recording the audio.
Okay.
They use RØDE Connect software to capture the AI-generated narration in stereo.
Okay.
So this is all about making sure you have a really crisp and clear listening experience no matter how you're tuning in.
Gotcha. So it's like they're using high-end recording equipment
Right.
to capture this symphony of knowledge for our ears.
Exactly.
But a podcast isn't just about sound.
Yeah.
We need some visuals too.
Of course. Absolutely. So phase 4 is dedicated to searching for visual content.
Okay.
And that's where Adobe Stock comes in.
Adobe Stock.
They find free images and videos that connect with the episode's theme.
Makes sense. So even if you're just listening,
Yeah.
the visuals in your mind are being enhanced.
Right.
And if you're watching the video version, it's a full-on audiovisual experience.
Exactly. It adds another layer of engagement.
Cool. All right, so finally we have Phase V,
Yes.
comprehensive editing in DaVinci Resolve. This is where all the pieces come together.
That's right.
So DaVinci Resolve is like the control room for the whole production.
Precisely. First, they do audio trimming and remastering,
Okay.
which ensures that the sound is super clean and polished.
Right.
Then they add these subtle audio effects,
Like what?
like reverb and EQ adjustments,
Oh, okay.
just to make it even more engaging.
So every little sound is carefully crafted
Yeah.
for maximum impact.
Yes. Then they use those visuals from Adobe Stock to
Yeah.
create a dynamic audio visualization.
For the video version.
Yep. And finally, they add a QR code,
Oh, yeah.
so you can easily find the episode on Apple Podcasts.
It's like a perfectly choreographed dance of technology and creativity.
I like that.
But what does all this mean for us, the listeners?
Well, for you, it means getting a really high-quality podcast experience without the wait.
Okay.
This streamlined process allows creators to produce more content more quickly without cutting corners. But it also raises some really interesting questions. Like, for example, as these AI tools become even more powerful,
Right.
how will we define the line between human creativity and machine generation?
It makes you wonder if someday podcasts could be created entirely by AI.
And what would that mean for the human element, the heart and soul that creators pour into their work?
Right. It's definitely something to think about. The future of podcasting is definitely evolving.
Absolutely.
And it'll be really fascinating to see how this balance between technology and human creativity plays out.
Yeah, I agree.
So the next time you're listening to a podcast, think about all the work, both human and AI powered, that goes into creating that experience. And maybe ask yourself, do you hear that human touch shining through?